What's good, YouTube? It's your boy K Flex. I'm back here with another video, and today we got the Browns versus the Dolphins video. Ladies and gentlemen, I have so much to talk about in this video. A lot of it's not even about this game. It's about, because I didn't even make for the first time in the since 2016, I did not make a post-game video. I believe this is the first time ever since 2016 that I did not make a post-game video via what is it, on the Bears game. Now the Bears game was interesting and we won, and there wasn't a lot to talk about besides the fact that, you know, we couldn't stop Justin Fields, which I thought we were going to do a better job at stopping Justin Fields. We did nothing to stop him. I was very surprised by that, because we do okay against Lamar, and we do okay versus Josh. Well, we don't do okay versus Josh Allen, but as far as no, actually, never mind. We don't do anything against Josh Allen. Let me just stop. But we did okay versus Lamar earlier in the season. I mean, he did go kind of crazy in the air, but as far as running the ball, I don't think he destroyed us. I mean, Justin Fields ran for the most yards in NFL history for a quarterback. That's insane. But I didn't get to make a video on that, and if you guys already know, my account got hacked, okay? So I had to get my account back, first of all. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a very interesting time, and I'm gonna tell y'all exactly the story of my account getting hacked. But first, I'll touch on this game, because I know a lot of people probably here just to hear about the game, and then I'm gonna talk about how my account got hacked and the interesting thing about that. So, real quick, people who like this video before they even heard the sentence, let's get into the video. Now, we're playing the the Cleveland Browns. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cleveland Browns are a team that are not with their starting quarterback. We have the #1 ranked offense in the league, #1 ranked passing offense in the league. Tua is looking fantastic. We're playing against a backup quarterback. They have a very strong running game, and that's what kind of concerns me a bit, is their strong running game. But I don't really have much concerns because how powerful our offense is, but our defense is very, very, very mid, to say the best. It's mid, and it could be considered trash. And I don't understand what's going on with I guess Byron Jones. I have no clue. Like, is he? My guess is he's never gonna play. He's not gonna play this season. And at the beginning of the season, I said that Byron Jones was probably one of the worst Miami Dolphins signings of my lifetime, all things considered. And a lot of people was commenting on it, talking about, oh, you're gonna miss him so much. It wasn't even about, you know, if he was a good player. That's not the thing. First of all, he didn't make enough impactful plays when he was on the field, to me. Secondly, he's injured the whole season, right? And not to say he was injured a lot prior to the season, because prior to the season, I don't think he missed too many games, but he's been injured this whole season, and he kind of forced us to have to pay Xavier Howard more money, because Xavier Howard got mad about this contract situation. So it was just a lot of stuff that happened when we signed Byron, just for him not to really be very productive, to me at least, as productive as he could have been. And also now he's missing the whole season, in a season which is looking to be like one of our most important in years. So that's the part that makes me mad about Byron Jones situation. But our defense is looking very mid, even, you know, with Xavier Howard, people are saying he's falling off. I look at him a lot. I think, man, he's just not getting the interceptions this year. He did have one last game, but they called a penalty, bullshit penalty. But he's just not getting interceptions this year, and that's what's making people, you know, because X always then got burnt before. Like, he always gave up touchdowns. It's not new for X. It's just the interceptions aren't coming. Now, sometimes he is avoided, so I'm still appreciative of X and his contributions, because sometimes he does get avoided, I feel as though, but he definitely, I think there was a statistic, he's given up the highest passer rate, in which, if you think about it, you know, picks, like, are what really shakes passer rate, right? So if he's not getting those picks, he's gonna be giving up a bad passer rate. And so, like I said, actually, he's just not getting those picks this year, you know. And it's not like he's absolutely trash. He's just not getting those interceptions that make you ignore when he gives up a big play. So now when he gives up a big play, it's like, oh my God, he sucks, right? Because we expect cornerbacks to be able to guard every single play, which is not possible. But like, so now when he gets, you know, he gives up these big plays, he's not really getting the picks to cancel it out. He always gave up big plays though, like every once in a while. It's just the picks aren't there, and people are starting to notice, and they're starting to say the X sucks and he fell off. But I'm still appreciative of X, and I know he's gonna make plays when it matters, and I know, like, I still trust him. I don't think, like, it's not like defenses are picking on him by any means. Okay, that's just not happening. All right, it's just he still has that aggressive style, and he's just not coming up with the picks this year. But hopefully, you know, that changes. But our pass rush is another big thing. Our pass rush hasn't been getting there. There's a lot of pressure stats that people keep throwing up, saying that, oh, but we're getting all these pressures, so we are getting there. Bro, if you actually watch the game, our pass rush is not where it's supposed to be. And we do have Bradley Chubb now, and Bradley Chubb didn't really do anything last game, And the thing is, we're playing against Josh Allen, right? I mean, sorry, we're playing against Justin Fields, and it was kind of hard to get to Justin Fields kind of quarterback because he's so fast. He's just outrunning everybody. Luckily, we're playing one of the few black quarterbacks that can't run, Jacoby Brissett this year. But so I mean this week, so maybe Bradley Chubb can make an impact this game. But who knows? They might just run with Nick Chubb all game. That's what I'm thinking they're gonna do. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to stop the run very, very badly. But yeah, Bradley Chubb didn't get a chance to make an impact. Jalen Phillips, I know his numbers look okay as far as pressures go, and Agba, I haven't really heard Agba too much, but we have the names. They just have to start actually making the plays and turn these pressures into actual sacks. I don't really like the pressure stats. They're cool and everything, but I'm watching the game. These people aren't getting to the quarterback like they need to be, and they need to be getting these sacks, right? Pressure stats can sometimes be misleading because they count some stuff at pressures, and it's like if you miss a sack, that's not a good play. And if you miss a sack and Justin Fields runs for 30 yards, yeah, you got a pressure on that play. Am I supposed to say that's a good play for you? No. So pressures could be misleading, but our defense is not getting to the quarterback like they used to. Whether it's Croston or Noah or whoever's playing on that other side as a cornerback ever since Nick Needham got hurt, they're doing, I guess, okay. But again, like they're not really that great to where they're dependable. So like our defense is just like really kind of falling off. Holland, he making plays sometimes. Brandon Jones also injured for season. So our defense just really has fell off to a point. Boyer is having to adjust very fast because usually when we had these elite cornerbacks, we could just kind of run this cover zero and just blitz all out and all that stuff, but we can't really do that with our current personnel and how it's like built, and we shouldn't really have to at all because we have super good defensive linemen. So it starts with them. Okay, our secondary is just probably not that great this year, honestly, but we have really good defensive linemen. They're gonna really have to get to the quarterbacks, and our secondary is not just completely dog shit, but I mean it's just not what it was, and so that's why our defense I feel like has been struggling a lot. But it's going to start. Our linebackers have always been not that great, right? But they're not the reason why we're our defense is sucking so bad. It's like everything around them. And I always blame like the highest paid unit the most. And I don't know if our cornerbacks are the highest paid unit because Byron Jones doesn't ever play. But if he did, I don't know if it's still our corners. But now we're playing our defensive line a lot now. We got, like I said, Jalen Phillips on a rookie contract, but we got Bradley Chubb, who just paid a bunch of money, and we got, Bradley Chubb's technically a linebacker, right? I don't know, but either way, he's primarily supposed to be rushing the quarterback, and Agba just got paid, and these people have to perform, period, because we don't have the secondary we used to have right now. We don't have personnel there. All right, anyways, but against this team, as far as the Browns, they have Amari Cooper, and I remember Amari Cooper he fried Xavier Howard one game when he was with the Cowboys, but also Xavier Howard got him good whenever he was with the Raiders. So this will be like the tiebreaker game right here. And Jacoby Brissett is the quarterback. Like, he's not that great. I don't even have to explain to y'all who Jacoby Brissett is. Like his most memorable plays are probably when he like sneaks, because that's like the only thing I remember him for. It was like sneaking and getting yards that way. But he's not like a great quarterback or a good quarterback for any stationary, and he's not like. Shout out to him. He's my black brother, but he's not good. So it's like, we should be able to stop him. But I'm more still worried about Nick Chubb because Nick Chubb runs hard. He's slippery. Like, people can't seem to tackle him. He's very strong. And that's going to be what they're going to try to lean on is that run game. And I'm concerned that, we had to stop them. Now, the Bears are one of the most run-heavy teams that like in the world. And we were able to stop their running backs from running. Couldn't stop the quarterback. So I'm hoping we can stop, Nick Chubb. We stop Nick Chubb, we're good. If we can't, in that Florida weather, with I don't know if it's going to be hot that day or whatever the case may be, but if it's hot and Nick Chubb is just running all over us, it's a recipe for disaster. We are a better team than them. Like, that's not even a question, but like these kind of run-heavy teams, they can still beat you because like if they just run the ball so much, even they don't have to have the skill to beat you. They can just, if they play the time right and they run the ball right, and they maybe get a couple stops on defense, they can beat you. Just like, and it'll be one of those games where you're the better team. It's just like we couldn't stop this run. You know what I'm saying? So they can definitely beat you with their play style, right? They're gonna, I think the game's gonna go by kind of fast, like the Bears game did, and I think they're just gonna try to run the ball with Nick Chubb a lot. So that's gonna be interesting. If we can stop Nick Chubb, though, I don't see a world where we lose. Okay, unless Xavier Howard just actually gets fried. Okay, which I don't think is gonna happen. gonna happen. But we can stop Nick Chubb. I don't see a world where we lose. All right, so that's gonna be my key for the defense. On offense, man, I really don't have to say anything that our offense needs to do. Our offense runs amazing. How they're running is how we need to run it. Just keep running how we're running. The intermediate throws are there. The long throws are there. The short throws are there. Tua did underthrow a couple of passes. It's an interesting thing when Tua underthrows some passes. And every quarterback underthrows him, and it's kind of like a better thing if you underthrow it, as long as it's not a pick, because it always kind of sets you up for like a potential pass interference. I feel like we've gotten lucky with like a couple of those, but at a point it's like, well, it's kind of a good thing. You like underthrow it a little bit, you might get a pass interference, but obviously if those start turning into picks, it looks really bad. But yeah, Tua's been playing amazing, probably MVP caliber level if you ask me, but I'm a little biased because he plays for the Dolphins. And everybody knows I'm not like a Tua stan or anything, but he has been playing well. He's been doing exactly what he needs to do. Our offense has turned into, you know, probably like the best I could have ever imagined it, you know, and like it's insane because like I visualize our offense being this good as like when we picked up Tyreek, but I never thought it would come into like realization. Like, you know, when we pick up these players, you always expect, you know, you have these expectations, you fantasize about, you know, how it's gonna look. And it never really kind of is ever how you pictured it. I'll give you an example, like even with Sue or Mike Wallace, even though Sue was a good signing, it was like you expected like our defense to somehow be super scary when we got Sue and Cameron Wake, and you thought Sue was just gonna be, you know, nobody was gonna be able to run on us and nobody, but it wasn't like that. It was like you set unrealistic expectations. Mike Wallace, you thought he was gonna be a burner, and you know the deep ball was gonna be there. Mike Wallace wasn't that great. You know, but when you look at Tyreek, you know, how I pictured it was exactly how it actually came into like life. You know, like, this is like the best case scenario. It's opened up so much, and that's been amazing. Okay, so that our offense is looking fantastic. Tua is looking like the guy. He has the pieces around him. Nobody can say he doesn't have the pieces around him. So yeah, he has the pieces around him, and he's performing with the pieces around him. So that's important. Our run game actually kind of looking like it's coming into its own with Jeff Wilson that we just traded for. Jeff Wilson, Mostert, you know, 1-2 punch. Everything is looking fantastic right now. You know, Gesicki, even though he's not getting the ball much, he's not complaining. Like, it's a perfect thing. The only thing is, like, some people are like banged up, you know, and that's scary a little bit because, you know, injuries do happen. But like what we have right now is a great thing on offense. So I don't have anything to say really about our offensive side of the ball, what we have to do against the Browns defense. I trust Teron Armstead against Myles Garrett, if they move Myles Garrett and they got him, you know, going up against, you know, whoever our right tackle is, then that might get scary. But listen, we've been doing an okay job blocking so far. I think it'll continue. But Myles Garrett, he's no like a regular, you know, end, right? He's probably the best in the league besides TJ Watt. But I don't think we didn't have to play TJ Watt because he was injured. So he's like the best end in the league. So I don't expect, you know, whoever's blocking him to win every rep. But as long as he doesn't get like disastrous, okay, like strip sacks, like 3 strip sacks, you know, we're fine. But yeah, our offense has been looking like the best offense I've seen us have in a while, you know, or probably ever, honestly. Just do the sample size, right? Because, you know, when we had a Jai running for 200 yards for all those games in a row, that was like the second best. But I mean, yeah, this is the best I've seen in a while. Offensive mind head coach for me, you know, I love that. Anyways. Now I'm gonna talk about how I got hacked, okay, ladies and gentlemen. That's enough about the game. I do expect us to win this game. Obviously, I don't expect it to be a blowout because do we ever blow out teams these days? No, we never do. Like, we always, like, even if it's a team that I think we're better than, we always make it close, right? Anyway, let's get into how I got hacked. Okay, listen, guys, I got hacked because all right, so I was trying to play Call of Duty, right? This all starts with Call of Duty. I was trying to play Call of Duty. My computer was not running well. I was like, why the hell is my computer not running well? I was trying to play Call of Duty, like the new one just came out, Modern Warfare 2. It wasn't like I was dropping frames. And if you don't know what that means, it means basically like my game was like stuttering, okay? It was lagging. So I got mad and I reset my whole computer, like to factory settings. Because I was like, bruh, I was taking it serious. I was like, bruh, I can't play Call of Duty like this. When I did that, it deleted my Sony Vegas and it deleted my Photoshop. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. When I first started doing YouTube, I was making no money off this. I'm still like, I'm not making a crazy amount of money now, but I'm making money at least. I was making $0 off YouTube, right? So I personally download free versions of software. If I can find it and it's legit, I download free versions of software. It's illegal, I know, but I've done it before, okay? And if somebody's gonna come after me for it, I don't care, because I'm not telling what the software name was, but I do download free versions of software. So this is what happened when I deleted everything off my computer. I had to reinstall certain software, that my editing software and my thumbnail making software. So I usually get them for free, because I usually do this every time I go on YouTube. I look up how to get Boo for free. Videos will pop up, and what typically happens is I click on the one with the most likes and the least dislikes, because I mean, you could tell at that point, like, okay, this one a lot of people have tried and it works. You can't look at the comments are fake. You can't look at, you know what I'm saying, just the likes, because you gotta look at the dislike ratio, and you can't look at, like, you know, so that's what I typically do. So this is what happened, right? This has always worked for me. YouTube decided to get rid of the dislike button. So this is the first time I ever had to do this without the dislike button. So I'm so used to just getting the free versions and stuff that I was like, all right, let me go on YouTube and go see what's going on, right? So y'all can get where I'm going, right? So I look at the videos, there's no dislike buttons on any of them. So, because YouTube has gotten rid of that feature. So now I'm looking, I'm like, I can't tell if these are legit or viruses, right? And all of it's kind of Trojans and viruses. Like, even the legit ones that actually work are like kind of viruses, because they're not like the legitimate program, obviously, if you're getting it for free. So I usually download it and I cut off my virus protection anyway, because it doesn't really matter, because virus protection will block even like the good cracks, right? They're called cracks. But so anyways, this is how I fucked up. I was so desperate at that time, I didn't really care. I didn't even think that I would like actually have to buy my editing software and buy Photoshop. I'm like, bro, I'm not doing that. I'm not spending all this money. So I was like, I'm just gonna take my chances with one of these. And I pressed on one. It kind of looked legit. And I was never gonna say this story unless I get my account back, because I didn't even want people. I was so embarrassed. By the way, I go to school with cybersecurity, so this is awful, right? But anyways, I downloaded something, right? Something or another, but like it didn't work, obviously. And I was like, fuck. So I like deleted the file and everything. And I thought like it was good. I put my virus protection back on, I think, and it was fine. I ended up having to pay for Photoshop in Sony Vegas and all that stuff. So, because it didn't work, right? So I thought that was the end of it. So next thing you know, I think it was a Thursday. It was a Thursday, last Thursday, right? So next thing you know, I'm at work. I get a Snapchat from a viewer, from my guy CM, and he's like, "Yo, they got your YouTube," and I'm thinking he's trolling. I'm like, no way, they got my YouTube. I'm like, what is he troll? Like something like, I was thinking he was saying like there was bots in the comment section or something, like, or they view botted me, bro. I check my YouTube and I just see a bunch of fucking bullshit videos. And honestly, the same video I clicked on was the videos they were uploading. I'm not gonna lie. So that's how I knew it came from that. So I was like, oh no. I was like, so I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. So luckily, like, I felt like I had caught it. It was when the first video had uploaded. So I feel like I had caught it like at the beginning. So I was like, okay, just gotta sign into my account and just change it. Because I do have two-factor authentication, and I still to this day don't know how they were able to get into my account still. But I don't know, I downloaded that file. Who knows what happened when that happens. But yeah, so anyways, I tried to log into my account, and I noticed I was logged out on my phone. I'm like, oh shit. By the way, I'm at my job at this point. I'm at my real job. So I'm like, oh my god. So I'm like pausing my real job. I'm already in hot water at that job. I'll just quit that job anyways. But so I'm like, oh my goodness, what's going on here? So I go back to my I go on my computer. I'm trying to like log into my YouTube, and it's saying password changed 6 hours ago. I said, oh no, they got me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I could like recover my account or like put forgot password. I put forgot password, bro. They changed the phone number and everything. Like, they changed the phone number and everything. I was like, bro, what the, like, the numbers ending in 6 something. I'm like, oh no, my god, they got me. So I'm like, what do I do? But I'm thinking like, okay, this is like a thing. Like, I can, like, this thing happens to people. People's YouTube gets hacked. Like this is a thing that they should be able to get back. I probably just have to call a number, something, talk to them. I might have to give my social, whatever they need, I got, so I can get my YouTube back. Bro, I don't know if y'all ever had to deal with like Google/YouTube tech support, bro. They don't even have a phone number. They barely have any type of assistance. They don't have like a live chat. Bro, they have nothing. They have a Twitter. Like, basically, they don't have no type of way you can reach them at all. So I'm like, what the fuck? I can't recover my account. There's no way I can reach YouTube. I literally had to tweet I had to tweet the Twitter and pray to God that they responded. By the way, I tweeted Twitter and I had to like encouraged all my people to retweet. So shout out to everybody that retweeted, and they answered me like in an hour, and then they said they were gonna DM me. They DM me like 5 hours later with a form to fill out, and I filled out the form. By this time, the hackers already had uploaded so many videos, like 5, and they finally had emailed me the form. I filled out the form, and it was a pretty fast process. Overall, I got my account back in about like 10 hours after I had hit up YouTube. But their support, like the way they do their support, is so like stupid. But I don't know. I guess they do it for a reason like that. But yeah, it was in about 10 hours. They asked me a bunch of questions. About 10 hours, I was able to get my account back, and that's basically just the story about my account getting hacked, right? So I know why I got hacked. It wasn't like somebody just like super hacked my shit. It was like it's because I clicked something. Now, you know, moving on from that experience, I now have downloaded 2 softwares, Sony Vegas and Photoshop. The editing software is Sony Vegas. The other the thumbnail shit is Photoshop. I'm actually paying for them the legit way, and everything is fine, right? So I had to restart my computer again after I got home because I was scared that they were like stealing my computer. I changed my password to everything, and I had to like restart my computer again. I had to reinstall all this software, and you know, I was rearranging my house. I'm also starting a new job next week, so my life's been busy, but that's basically the reason why like I didn't make the Bears video, and then I also like have been kind of MIA recently. But everything's coming back together. I start a new job next Monday or next Tuesday, and so everything's coming back together. I definitely would be here after Sunday's game, you know, uploading that video at the regular time. But that's a little story time at the end of the preview if you guys wanted to know about how my account got hacked, okay? But I made a couple shorts too, like just talking about it a little bit. But yeah, it was a bad time, and yeah. Anyways, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, bro. To 11K. Flexing. I'm out.